Hi guys, thank you for staying connected once again and welcome back. If you're new here, I am so glad that you found us. My name is Mercy. Kindly subscribe so that you can join the community. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing a question. How can I work as a nurse through the agency in Australia? Australia is a big country, so I'm going to discuss information based on my own experience and the facts that I have found out while working as a registered nurse here in Perth. However, you can use the same process to access information about the nursing agencies in the state that you are in or the state that you'll be going to. The good thing about Australia is you don't always have to know someone so that you can get a referral or you can get an employment. So all you have to do is go onto your internet browser, type in nursing agencies in the state where you are. For example, if you're like me, you will type nursing agency in Perth or nursing agencies here in Perth. Once you browse that, as you can see here on the side, a list of all the nursing agencies that can employ nurses will come up, and all you need to do is click on the website, and once you get to the website you will read all the information and then follow the prompts as they are there. This will be different for every agency, for every state. However, the information that is out there is current and updated, and I can promise you it's legit. So I'm going to also discuss the basic requirements for you to start working as a registered nurse for any agency here in Australia. After accessing the information, I wanted to talk about the requirements that you need so that you can register with any agency as a registered nurse. Number one, you will need your academic qualifications to prove that you are actually a trained registered nurse, obviously. And second, you're going to need a curriculum vitae or CV that discusses your academic qualification and your work experience. In there, you need to have at least 2 references that can speak for you or about you, recommend you for the job. They will be asked questions based on that application that you're making. The agency will need evidence other than just written stuff. And you will definitely need your nursing registration here in Australia. So depending on the state that you're going to be working in or where you're living or where you are, find out what is the requirement for you to get registration. And here in Perth, obviously we need APRA registration. The requirements for that registration again will be different based on every state. However, you can use your registration across the states. Okay, now there are other requirements that you will need that probably you might not have already had them if you are an overseas trained nurse. However, most agencies will give you the training, or they will send you to places where you can receive the training at an extra fee. So it's not the training that you have received in your university academics or just college. So it's specific mostly for Australia, but I guess it's something that we all do. However, you need certificates to show that you have undertaken that. Number one, you will need first aid certificate. I know as registered nurses we are trained to save lives, but there's usually different protocols and response procedures for every hospital or every state, every organization that you're going to. So you will have to probably do side certificates to show that you are well trained to administer first aid for patients or for people. Secondly, you will need fire and emergency training because in the event of a fire or an emergency, the agencies need to convince the employer that you can respond accordingly. And you will also need a manual handling certificate. If you're new to this word, manual is just it's more of a work safety precaution for the healthcare team. So other than you can possibly injure yourself during the job or the work, you can also injure other people like patients, and how to prevent hazards, how to not lift, how to turn patients, things like those ones. We were trained in our basic nursing, but you will have a side manual handling certificate to go with it. And you will need a working with children card. So I think this is specific for Australia, because before I came here I had never heard about a working with children card, but it's just because there's a lot of restrictions when it comes to working with underaged patients or dealing with children. So you will need to certify that you actually have one, which is approved and provided for by the government, the state where you live in. And don't forget, you'll also need your tax file number, because even if the agency is a temporary or casual employment, you will still have to pay tax for the services that you're providing once you get paid. How do you know how much to ask for or how much they will pay you? Like many other countries, your payment or your salary wages will depend on your work experience and academic level qualifications. So that is going to be basically determined by the state where you work, plus the agency that you're going to enroll and register with. Other things that you might need will include online training for hand hygiene, things like mandatory reporting. This is for aged care and for any abuse that you might come across while you're working. So it is mandatory for all nurses and all healthcare teams to have that training, so that they know what to report and to who and where. And other things that you will need, your agency will guide you once they have enrolled you. Now, I hope I've covered most of the things, basic things, because I can't cover everything in just one video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me feedback in the comment section. You can message me on IG and Facebook. If you have a request for content that I can find, don't forget, I'm always happy to come back to you. Sorry for the delayed responses, especially I know I have like 2 more videos to do. Challenges experienced by families here in Australia, and then I have another one on educational activities that I do with my son. So I promise you, at one point or another, I will bring you those videos. Thank you so much for your support and for your positive feedback. I've been loving it. Keep it coming. It's encouraging. And until next time, keep safe. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.